Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Uncomfortably Candid podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about all or nothing thinking. And this is for you, all of my other perfectionists out there that think anything but perfect is worthless. Because that's not true. But I've been there, and we will get through this together. But I want to talk to you about how all or nothing thinking relates to change and how grieving beginnings and endings is important when we experience change. So I was talking to someone and they were like, well, I want to pursue this one thing, but that means I have to stop pursuing this other thing. And this kind of talks about like decision making and sacrifice, which is what I talked about a few episodes ago. But she felt guilty. And she said, I feel guilty for pursuing this one thing because it means I don't care about the other thing. And I said, why can't it be both and? Why can't you pursue this one thing and still care about this other thing? Because you can, but it's going to look different. And that is what people struggle with. People struggle with change and things looking different. But change is inevitable. And I said that in my last episode. So you have to learn how to adapt to change. And all or nothing thinking does not help you adapt to change at all. And it doesn't allow any sort of grace. It causes guilt and shame. And so when I told her that it was just going to look different, her mindset started to shift. And she started to understand that she could do both. And I said, it's just change. Like this is a season shift where the grace from one season has lifted and you're stepping into another season. That's all this is. And it's just going to look different. It doesn't mean you've chosen one thing over the other. It's just going to look different. And when we end a season and begin a new one, it's important to grieve that change, that ending. So as you're journaling or as you're thinking like, oh, I'm going to miss this, I'm going to miss that about this season. You know, I'm in a season right now where I'm at home trying to finish up my PhD, and it's been a hard season. But I'm going to have to grieve this season because my life is never going to look like this again. I'm never going to be able to tuck my grandmother into bed. I'm never going to be able to get up in the morning and make her breakfast when she goes to work. One, because she's about to retire. But when I move away after this season ends, I'm never going to be able to do that again. Not never, but not as much as I'm being able to do it now. So it's important to grieve endings. But it's also important to dream and have hopes and expectations for the beginning of something new. So as you're grieving a season, talking about all the things that you're missing, you're writing down what you hope that this new season will bring. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about, that all or nothing thinking does not produce positive feelings. And it's important to recognize when you have this all or nothing thinking. If I do this one thing, it means I don't care about this other thing. It's both. You can have both, but it's going to look different. And that's what you need to know is, oh, I can have both, but it may just look different in this season. So I hope this encourages you, because perfectionistic people think like this a lot. If I fail, if I make a mistake, it means that I'm this or I'm that. And it doesn't produce, it's almost like having a growth mindset. If you constantly have a growth mindset, change is not going to be so difficult. You just understand that it's going to look different and you're going to learn something from it. Well, I am going to stop rambling, but I hope this encourages you, because perfectionistic people think like this. And just because you fail doesn't mean you're a failure. Failure produces a learning experience. So it's not one or the other. You can fail and still be successful in a different way. And you'll learn something in the process. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I will see you next time.